Welcome to FBB Forum. I'm very pleased to welcome the amazing new IFBB Pro Women's Physique athlete, Courteney Vanek, to the podcast. Courtney had
Hi.
a huge accomplishment last week. She not only won her class and earned her pro card at NPC Nationals, but she also won the overall against a very stacked class of amazing athletes. And she really has an excellent physique with great shape and conditioning. Stay tuned to find out more about this amazing athlete. And welcome, Courtney. It's great to meet you and nice to see you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, you looked amazing up on stage at just last week, and yeah, and I wanted to ask you first about how you got started in bodybuilding, and just wondering if you had an athletic or a sports background before you started.
So funny. I actually have, I told my fiance this and he always gives me crap about it. He thinks it's very funny, but I have no athletic background. I played soccer for like 1 year. And then I cheered for about 4 years. And that's probably the most athletic background I had. I think I was about 10, between 10 and 12 at the time.
Okay.
Um, so no athletic background, but um, and I'll also try not to talk my head off. I know sometimes I get to talk and I can talk all day, but
Oh no, you're cool.
what got me into bodybuilding, I actually am July 17th marked 8 years sober for me.
Oh
I
wow.
was I was actually on cocaine and crack cocaine. And so once I became sober, I actually decided to try it to join the Navy. And so what happened, long story short, I was in the process of trying to get processed to the Navy. I was going to the recruiter's office. I was there every week talking to them. And during that time, I was going to the gym. I was sober, and so I would go to the gym, and I was like a cardio bunny. I would lift a couple of weights, do like bicep curls, some tricep exercises, but I was actually trying to get my mile run down because I was not athletic at all. I hated running. I was terrible at running, and
Okay, cool.
at the time, I when I was trying to get processed for the Navy, they give you this, they go through this a bunch of questions, your health stuff, your history and your family history, and I was actually unaware that sorry, that's my cat.
Oh, no problem.
They were
I have a
actually
cat here too.
they were actually unaware. I was unaware that all of my medical history was already in my TRICARE history because my dad was in the Marine Corps for 24
Oh,
years.
okay.
And so during that during that process, I lied to them about my medical history, and they ended up finding out some things. My drug use, my suicide attempt, just a lot of things that had happened in my past. And so, with that being said, they told me, hey, we need to go ahead and get you re-evaluated by your therapist, and that way we can basically get you cleared for the Navy. And I still also had this hand tat at the time. So they had told me we could probably get you a waiver for your hand tattoo, but you need to get cleared from your counselor. And so I hadn't talked to my counselor for probably over a year and a half after that situation came about. And so I basically got with her. We got reevaluated. She basically cleared me. And so at that time, I was going to the gym every day, just basically trying to get back in shape and get down my mile. Um, but each week I was going to the recruiter's office. It was always kind of like a we need this, we need this, can't take that. And so eventually it got to the point where I just felt that maybe I just wasn't fit for the Navy, that they didn't want me. And I also told myself, you know what, maybe this isn't in the plans for me. Maybe this isn't what God wants me to do. And so I ended up not joining. but I stayed at the gym. And so basically what happened was I ended up, running all the time. I would lift like some weights, but again, I knew nothing about the gym. I didn't really know anything about eating correctly. I didn't really know anything about training. And so a couple months, not a couple, I would say um, probably 8 months to a year after that, I met my fiance, and he was into CrossFit. And so when we first met, we were friends for some time. And when we started dating, our first workout together was at his CrossFit gym. I did one workout with him. I told him I'm never doing CrossFit again in my entire life. It
Yeah.
was it was so hard. I told myself I did not have the heart for that. Not doing it again. And
Uh-huh.
so we started training together, and he stopped CrossFit at the time he was 30, 31 years old. But because of his military service, his deployments, CrossFit, MMA, just because of his background, he had a lot of prior injuries. And
Oh,
so he ended up stopping CrossFit. And I didn't know much about anything. All I knew was about running and some basic lifting. So we
uh-huh.
decided to start training together. And so we were at the time I would consider like aspiring powerlifters. So we would do bench, squats, deadlifts every day, and a little bit of accessory movements. Um, and we ended up being really, really good at it. We found that we were really strong. It was fun. It was something that we genuinely just really enjoyed, and we enjoyed doing it together.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it got to the point where we we trained for a very long time, and people would always tell us, hey, like, do you guys compete, or do you ever compete, or would you ever compete? And we always we would always tell people, we're not ready yet. We don't want to step on stage until we like know we're ready. We have the physique. And so year after year, we just kept getting better and better. But we started to notice that we started getting stronger, but our physique wasn't really changing. And so we weren't really sure what we were doing wrong. And so once we moved to Arkansas, um, we got introduced to a couple people, a couple coaches as well. And we decided to actually not train, I'm sorry, change our training up. So once we stopped ego lifting, and we actually started training with intent and like purpose, and we started to actually track our and log our numbers so we can actually track our progress and ensure that we're um, actually progressing. um,
Yeah.
we started to kind of it just naturally turned to bodybuilding.
Okay.
And
Sure.
we got really good at it. And one day, we said, you know what? I think that it's time. We've been training for about 6, 7 years. I think we should do a show now. And
Nice.
we did our first show together, which was 2 years ago in Oklahoma. And
Okay.
we've been doing it ever since. So all in all, we've been training for about 8 years. But I would say uh, training proper training, proper technique, training with intent and purpose, with having a structured training plan. I think we've been doing that for about 2.5 years now. And when we started to do that, that's when we really started to see a change in our physique and our strength and just all around. But I think that once I became sober, I think that the gym was just my outlet. The gym really helped me keep my mind fresh, keep my mind strong. Because I think after my sobriety, within that first year, that was probably the hardest for me. And then I
Yeah.
think after about
Understand.
a year and a half, the cravings got a little bit, they got less and less. Mentally, I became, better. But I think that within that first year, when it was so hard for me, I think just staying in the gym every single day and keeping that consistency and that schedule really, really helped me mentally. And I think that's what drove me to just fall in love with the process. Because again, it slowly just pushed me to become better and better each and every day, even if it was just little by little. And we've been doing it ever since.
That's terrific. I think that's fantastic.
Thank you.
And it kind of probably help save your life too, in terms of,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, no doubt it did. Yes, no
And
doubt.
I think one thing that's important too for people that are addicted to drugs like that, you have to kind of get out of the that social element too. We're able to kind of get away from the people that were abusing drugs and stuff. Or
Absolutely, yes. So I actually came from San Antonio, Texas, and I was there for about 10 and a half years.
Mhm.
And that's actually the reason why we moved down here to Arkansas because of that reason. I had told my
Mhm.
fiance, look, San Antonio, Texas will always be my home, but I have too much trauma down here. It's as if everywhere I went in San Antonio, it was just bad memories, just a bad taste in my mouth. And I just felt like I couldn't grow mentally and emotionally, spiritually. I just couldn't grow being there anymore. And so
Mhm.
I found, and of course, as you said, socializing and getting rid of the people that did that stuff. So being able to take myself completely out of that area and move into a completely new state, it was, I think it helped so much. And I also think that it helped me move probably 10 steps ahead, um, as opposed to staying in San Antonio and then trying to get sober and doing it there. So
Yeah, I
it
understand.
definitely helped. Mhm.
That's terrific. I'm proud of you for doing that too. I think that's
Yes,
great. And having just this big accomplishment now, with you're getting your pro card and winning the overall. I mean, that's huge. That's definitely cool.
it is. And it's so cool because I never really, when I started this, I never had it in my mind to go pro or um, even really go far in bodybuilding. It was a hobby. Then basically it turned into like a really deep passion for myself. And now I want to go as far as I can in this sport, God willing, and we're gonna see where he takes me.
That's awesome. No, I think you're going to do great as a pro too. You have a great
Thank
physique for
you.
sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Um, Now I was curious, do you have like a fitness role model or somebody you really look up to in bodybuilding?
I don't think anybody specific. When I first started, um, I it's funny. So, do you know who Liv Roth is?
Liv Roth. Yes,
Yeah,
I do remember her. I haven't
I
seen her in a
think
while.
Hunter Labrada. I believe that's his wife.
Oh,
But
yeah. Okay.
yeah, so when I first started bodybuilding, it's funny, I actually used to follow her and she was the one I used to watch all the time. Every single day I'd watch her updates and stuff. But and then for a while, I think after once they got married and they had their um just life, they just had their own life going on. She kind of fell off for a bit. And I remember her being my number one inspiration. And then once I actually got into competing and I decided I wanted to do women's physique, that's when I started to follow Natalia and Sarah for some time. But Brooke Walker also, when I first moved down to Arkansas, that's when I found out that she was here. And
Yeah.
then we went to go see
Mhm.
her gym. So Brooke Walker was someone I also looked up to as well. And I thought it was so cool because I seen her one time in person, and I was just blown away. It's like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, this is actually what a real bodybuilder looks like in person. Um, but I would say her too. And then after that, I started to follow Natalia and Sarah, and though all those women just they were big inspirations for me. I seen them, and I just always told myself, this is how I want to live my life. This is who what I want to look like, and I aspire to be. And yeah,
That's awesome. I think that's terrific. Yeah. And yeah, Natalia and Sarah have I like the rivalry they got going on, and some of the beef, is like yeah, makes it interesting, I think, because it is,
it does.
a lot
It
of back
does.
and
Very,
forth.
very interesting.
There's quite a beef going on right now, of course, with them, but yeah, I won't get too far into that. Um,
Hopefully, hopefully, with next Olympia, they can get it all squared away.
I know, yeah, or they're gonna duke it out.
Right?
Oh man, that'd be interesting. Um, no, thank you for that. And I do remember Liv Roth, and I just haven't seen her in a while. I don't know if
Mhm.
she's not active, really, is she anymore? No.
I don't think so. I think that I'm not really sure what they're doing anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that they're just kind of, living their life, doing their own thing. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, definitely. That's true. I was curious, for your first show, was it tough for you to get up on stage in a bikini? Was it kind of uncomfortable or nerve-wracking for you?
So you know what? It wasn't even really being in a bikini. I think that just for me personally, I had such bad stage fright. Even when I was younger, I've always just had a really bad, which is weird because I've always been a very easygoing and easy to talk to, and it's I have no issue having conversations with strangers. But for
Yeah.
some reason, getting on stage, or even, when I was in middle school, high school, getting in front of a classroom and talking to people, it scared the crap out of me.
I
Um,
understand.
so
Yeah.
I just think that not even being in a bikini, I just think being on stage just in front of a bunch of strangers is probably the scariest part. And that I feel I have tried to, that's something I have tried to work on for a long time too. Just because, for example, for my first show, I never noticed until I saw videos, but I was on stage and I was so nervous that I was standing there and I was doing this with my arms because I had no idea what to do. And because they had put me in the front on the diagonal with two ladies, so I was waiting there and I had no idea because prior to stepping on stage, I had never actually went to a bodybuilding show, never watched one. Which I should have probably done that before
Oh, yeah.
stepping on stage, but I didn't do that.
I
And
should,
so,
yeah.
yeah, and so when I finally got on stage, I just everyone there when I'd seen all the lights and seen all everyone there, I basically kind of just freaked out inside, and I was just like just overwhelmed with nerves. And
Yeah.
so this going into my past two shows the past couple weekends ago, I really try to work on that within myself and just try to calm myself and remind myself like, hey, this is everybody's journey. Don't be so fixated on what people are thinking of you, being in front of all these lights, these people. It's okay. Like, you have trained for 8 years. Now is the time to just show up and show them what you've trained so hard for and what you've worked so hard for. There's no need to.
Yeah.
There's this one quote that my fiance had told me about, and I don't remember who quoted this, but it goes, "Do it, uh, do it nervous, but don't do it scared." And for
Mm.
some reason, it's always stuck with me ever since he told me that. And so I always try to reiterate that to myself, like, hey, Courtney, it's okay to be nervous, right? If you're going to do something nervous, it's probably a good thing that you're doing it then. Um,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
you only get better by stepping out of your comfort zone, being uncomfortable. And so
That's true. Yeah.
I've tried to work on that. And of course, I still you say that, then you get there, and you still kind of get scared, a little nervous. But I think
Yeah.
with
I gotcha.
time and with age and with experience, I think that it's definitely something that I have definitely improved on.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but something that I still struggle with, definitely. But
No,
I also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just thought you had good stage presence at national.
Thank
Like
you.
you looked
That
really good.
actually
Yeah.
That actually means so much. You have no idea, because even my team told me, like, Courtney, you looked very confident up there. I kept asking them, are you sure? Like, did I look okay? Are you sure I
Yeah.
don't look crazy? No, Courtney, you looked really good. You look confident. I'm like, okay, that's perfect. Thank you guys so much, because you guys have no idea how much I was freaking out inside.
And you kept
Yeah.
the smile too. I think if you were scared, you probably wouldn't be smiling up there too, so
Yeah, and I tried to, we have a 17-year-old here right now, my fiance's daughter.
uh-huh.
Her name is Ava, and I tell her the same thing, when we go out certain places. She's very, very quiet and shy. And I tell her, I say, love, even if you're nervous, right? Just keep your head up and look confident. If you look confident, nobody will question you, right? Like as
Yeah,
long as you're confident, you look sure of yourself, you'll be okay, you'll be okay. Just smile and keep your head high.
I know. That's good advice, actually. I like that. Yeah. Um, no, and of course, congrats on your overall win at the Nationals, and you look
Thank you.
fantastic. And I bet it was a thrill for you. What was your whole experience like at that show? You must have had a blast there.
Yeah, so for nationals, it was fantastic. It's a funny story. So when I actually got on stage, for example, for Battle of Texas, I had worked on my routine for over 7 months. I mean, it's only a minute, right? Very short. I had done it for 7 months. I got on stage and on Battle of Texas, and it was really good. But you might have noticed that I kind of stumbled a little bit. And when I got off stage, I told myself, you know what? It's okay. Um, and my fiance told me the same thing. He said, Courtney, when when people go on, just like at the Olympics, and if they mess up, the most important part is to just keep on going and make it seem like it was effortless, right? So
Yeah,
I
I
messed
didn't
up
notice
and I
that you
just
stumbled, actually.
thank you.
Yeah,
I
I
did. When I
didn't.
went to go do my side try, I stumbled a little bit on my right leg. And
Uh-huh.
so when that happened that following week, the next 6 days when we were practicing, my coach just drilled me, trying to drill that into me like, hey, keep your keep your foot planted, do not trip, keep it planted, keep it planted. And so that Battle of Texas, when I did that, I had practice. I felt as though I perfected it. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go into nationals that following week and it's going to be great. Well, it's funny because I went into my finals routine and we made a joke a couple of days prior to stepping on stage, and it was about because I had to tape my top, and so we had taped my top together, and we had made a joke about my top coming off on stage. And I think that that was probably subconsciously in the back of my head because
Oh,
when I went to go, oh my gosh, when I went to go do my finals routine, at nationals. I got on stage, I was so confident, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna kill this. Let's go. I've been working on this for so long. I'm not gonna stumble. It's just gonna be great. Well, I get on there and I'm walking up to the stage and I move my hand some type of way and I felt a snap. And
oh,
I and nothing snapped, but I think what it happened was I felt my bracelet kind of snap, kind of like because it was very like elastic. So I think what happened was it snagged onto my strap in the back and I
oh,
thought
I
that it
see.
came off. So
Oh,
I
no.
just, yeah, so nothing happened because I looked
Oh,
and
no.
everything was still attached, but it was so loud that I don't know. I don't even know what happened, but I completely blacked out and I forgot my entire routine because
Oh,
I was like,
no.
oh my gosh, Courtney, your freaking bra snapped. Your top's gonna come off. Everyone's gonna see you half naked. I was just kind of freaking out. And
Oh,
so,
no.
like, when that happened, I don't know. Now that I said this, you can probably notice on the finals routine, but I had my whole routine and I completely forgot what I was doing. So I was like, all right, Courtney, you know what? Freaking nail it. Just nail it. Just do your best poses that you know. It's okay. You'll be fine. So I did like a couple of front lat spreads. I did that like twice. I did my little side chest and then my side try and then my back double. And then I think after that, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Completely forgot. All right, we'll just go. We'll just wing it at this point. And so it was fun. It was very interesting. There's a lot that goes on behind the curtains, but nonetheless, it was so fun. It was so fun. I wish that we could have done it for 2 more weekends, even though it's so stressful. Um, I just I think that's what sucks about competing because you work so hard and then you're on stage for less than 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And so after it happens, it's just so fast. You wish that it could last longer, you know? But
Yeah, I
it was
understand.
so fun. I mean, the overall experience for nationals was so fun. Everybody was so nice. The for Battle of Texas the week prior. It was pretty funny. They that show lasted all night. I don't know if you followed it when it was going
Really?
on, but it lasted until like 11 p.m. or midnight.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it
Jeez.
lasted so long, and so by the time I had to get there for comparisons for finals, um, the physique girls when I got there, my coach was texting me because they had told us, all right, we're gonna go. Um, I think it was like 11 o'clock, and maybe
Oh,
10:45. But he said, hey, go ahead and head to the convention center around 11:15 or 11:30. And so it turned 11 o'clock, and my coach texted me and was like, okay, they're moving actually really fast. I think that you should hurry up here. So it's 11:10. He was like, okay, get here at 11:15. At this point, he's blowing on my phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. Am I going to be late? What's going on? They've been
oh
taking all
no.
day. And then all of a sudden, I'm about to be late. So we get to the convention center. I'm booking it. I'm booking it to the back. I'm like, all right, let's go, let's go. And so I have no time to get glazed up, to pump up, nothing. The women's physique girls are
Really?
actually in my class. They're in line about to go on stage.
Oh
So
no.
I'm sure,
Wow.
yes. And so I'm sure that they are very, very annoyed with me and disappointed because I show up super late. And they were like, hey, you have to go on stage right now. Like, you don't have time to do any of this. And
Oh
so I
wow.
was like, and so I told him, I said, no, I'm gonna get glazed. I'm gonna get glazed. And so I run up to the girl, the lady who's doing the glaze and the tan. I'm like, can you please just glaze me real quick and glue me up. She's like, yeah. And so the guy's hollering in the back, and he's like, no, come on, you got to come right now. And so I grab her. I'm like, no, let's go. Come with me to the line. Come with me. So she's like,
Oh,
she's trying to hurry up, and she's like putting the glue on my suit, and she's glazing me up. And so literally, the girls are going, and um, they're doing their routines at the time. And so I get caught up there, and he's like, all right, you gotta go. And so she finishes right there. I'm breathing all heavy because I was just running to the back. And I get on stage and I do it. We good, we're good. Um, everything everything is, it's great. I do my routine, I win the overall, it's fantastic. But that was a freaking mess. So I
that's
told my
stressful,
coach, yeah, so I told my coach and my fiance, I said, all right, let's never do that again.
huh?
Let's
Yeah.
make sure that no matter how long they take, we are prepared. So next week when we go to nationals, I want to be an hour and a half early if I need to be.
Mhm.
But
I
it was great. A little hiccups here and there, and funny, just funny background uh just mess, background noise, just a lot of stuff, but it was fun. It was really fun.
That's for one thing, Battle of Texas was a really good lineup too. You beat some really good ladies there, and but from a fan perspective, I really liked how the Friday show for nationals had your division in women's bodybuilding first, and then figure, and that was great because you didn't have to wait through like a million bikini girls, you know.
It was so great. Let me tell you, I was so happy when I found out about that nationals, how we were gonna be right after women's bodybuilding. It was fantastic. I mean, man, that weekend, Battle of Texas compared to nationals, we went up there in the morning. They started at exactly like they wanted to start at 8 o'clock sharp. I believe that the women's bodybuilding went on about 8:04 in the
Uh-huh.
morning. We went
Yeah.
on about 10-15 minutes after. It was so fast. We
Yeah.
got done around like 8:45. I think we got home around 9:06. And I had all day until 5:30 to hang out. So I went home, ate some, took a nap, took like a 2-3 hour nap, and just hung
Nice.
out the whole time. But Nationals went by so smoothly, so smoothly. I absolutely love that. I'm really happy that we were able to actually go up in the morning versus at night where we have to wait, as you said, for all the other competitors. So it was nice. It was very breezy.
That's awesome. And with your finals posing routine, I definitely wouldn't have suspected you were kind of improvising that because you looked really good. I thought you did a great
Thank
job.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I did it, I talked to my team and I was like, guys, don't lie to me. How did it look? And they're like, what do you mean? What happened? And I even told Sarah, after Sarah gave me the award, we went in the back and she was asking me a couple questions. And I told her, I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought my back of my suit snapped, and I completely forgot my entire routine that I had been working on for 7 months. And I said,
Yeah,
and I just had to wing it. She was like, "Yeah, but remember, people they don't know your routine, so they wouldn't have even known."
that's
So
true.
it made
Yeah.
me feel a lot better. But at the time, I was very embarrassed. I was like, "Oh man, I hope I don't look crazy."
Oh no, you look great. Oh, you did. I was curious, because you couldn't really tell in the live stream, but did they have like the big screens on the sides or anything like that with the where they showed the?
They in the back, right, is what you're speaking of.
But yeah, well, I mean, I was thinking like behind or to the side of the stage for the just for people in the
Yes.
back to see you better.
Yeah, so for the athletes in the back, right where you line up on the stage, they had a couple of screens that you could watch. So, for
Mm,
example, the girl that was right before me, if when she goes on there, you could see and watch them perform.
okay,
But that was about it. They had a couple of screens on the side, especially where the people that were in charge of the music, they did
okay,
that stuff.
okay.
But other than that, they didn't have any really, really big screens around or anything for us to watch.
Oh, okay. How about for the audience though? I was wondering if they had any on the sides there.
I didn't see any. I think it was just, and I don't know if you've actually been to the Urban Convention Center, but it's pretty small to be such a big show.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a fairly small building. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh no, I haven't been there before. Yeah.
yeah, you walk in and there's like a whole bunch of like an area for the seats, of course, and then they have like the little stage. But so Battle of Texas, they had the stage kind of on the side, and so the bathroom was in the back, a part of the athlete check-in area, the pump-up area. But then that following weekend for nationals, they moved the stage. So what they did was I think they cut off this whole area and made it a bunch of little
Oh,
stands.
okay.
And then they moved it this way, so they had it kind of a little bit more open, and this whole side was open to the rest of the athletes. Um,
Oh wow. Oh
so I
that.
don't think they had any extra screens,
Okay.
but they did. Yeah, I think it was just basically seats and then the stage and then just whatever you saw, you saw. And of course, as I mentioned, the building wasn't that big. So a lot of people were also standing. I mean, it was a pretty big show.
And so both shows were in the same location?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. Oh, wow.
Oh, it
So,
was great. It was so great
yeah.
because I already knew where I was going. I knew the
Yeah.
timing. I mean, everything was very I could say myself, I think it was ran pretty smoothly.
That's
Definitely.
great. Very
Mhm.
good. That's great. Now, what was it like backstage? Did you kind of encounter kind of a good iron sisterhood amongst the competitors? And I bet it was kind of crowded too, wasn't it? Was it pretty crowded
It
back
was, yeah. So of course nationals wasn't too busy, just because you only have those people that won for like the previous shows. And so
there? Mm-hmm.
nationals, I'm sorry, Battle of Texas was a lot busier. Um,
Mm,
Battle of Texas, I didn't really talk to many girls, honestly, in the back.
hmm.
However, nationals, it was it was very fun. So Battle of Texas, in the back, it was everybody, and there were so many men's physique competitors. I
Mm.
believe, if I remember correctly, there was like over
Wow.
30 competitors in each class in men's physique. So
Wow.
it's actually funny. So when you were in the back as a competitor at Battle of Texas, there were just men everywhere. It was almost like the whole thing was just filled with men's physique.
Mm.
And so you had me and my teammate Steph right here. Just laying down. You had a bunch of little competitors. You see women right here, but it was filled with men. Just n- I I felt like it was like 85, 90% of men's physique competitors. But then Battle
Wow.
of Texas, I'm sorry, Nationals that following week, um, it was it was a lot more, I think, just to me personal. And I saw a lot more women and I talked to a lot more women. Like I know a lot of the girls that I had talked to at nationals, I ended up befriending them and following them on Instagram, and we're still talk to this day. But it was really fun. I felt like there was a lot of. It's always good to have because of competing and competing. Sorry, because of
Nope.
competing and how stressful it can be.
Yeah.
Uh, I feel that it's so important to be able to have those conversations in the back, just to make you feel more comfortable, at ease with everything, and kind of lessens the tension around you and for everybody else. And so I thought that a lot of the girls are very welcoming. They're very welcoming, very sweet to me, very, what's the word? Just like hype, very hype. Like they're very respectful, like very good sportsmanship, I should say. Mhm.
That's
So
terrific.
it was really good and it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
I think I told you I've become a big fan of Dylan Crenshaw, and I really and she battled
Yeah,
at the overall with you. She looked really amazing, but she's just such a sweetie too. I like her a lot. So
I like her, and she's only I think what 23 or 25.
23.
That's yeah, she has crazy potential.
I know she
That's
does. Yeah.
exciting. That makes me really really excited for her because she's only 23 and she's already doing this. Um, I think she's gonna go very far in this sport. I really do.
And I heard you're only 28, right? Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
so you're a youngin' too. You're a young
Yeah.
whippersnapper. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
No, I think that's really cool. And I actually spoke with an athlete on Monday who was supposed to compete there in nationals, but got super sick and was not able to. But Haley May, and she's also 28. So I'm just impressed with y'all ladies that are in your 20s and just, just killing it, just doing really well and grounded and just, wise beyond your years kind of thing. I'm impressed by that. So yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I feel that in sports nowadays, they just keep getting younger and younger. It's not a bad thing. You know,
Mhm.
you got a lot of young potential out here. So, and I feel with that being said, it's only
Mm.
going to get better and it's only going to get more competitive.
Yeah, I think so too. And you have a lot of years ahead of you too to compete, Yeah.
That's what makes me very excited.
Yeah. Um, Now I was wondering, did you seek out any feedback from the judges at nationals on where to improve your physique?
So nationals, I think my feedback, um, it was very similar in Battle of Texas and nationals. But for Battle of Texas, my feedback, they told me I had too much leg to
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
yes, so they wanted me to pose bigger,
Mm.
especially for my upper body because that was actually going into my shows, that was my main priority. When it came to growing, my main goal was to grow my upper body because I had such a big lower body.
Hmm.
Or I guess like dominant. And so coming into the show, uh, once they told me that I needed to pose bigger, I had those 6 days to kind of play around with my posing. And so we did just that. So every single day, my coach and I we would come together, we'd pose. For example, you know, if we're doing like a front double by and I'm here, you know, it took a simple critique like, okay, lift your chest up, come higher, and it would
Hmm.
make such a big difference. And so,
Hmm.
coming into nationals that next weekend, that's basically what I did. I tried to just pose bigger. So same thing with my side tricep. One of my, if I do say so myself, one of my best poses. Um,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
wanted to look bigger. That way I can be a little bit more proportionate compared to my legs. And so
Yeah.
same thing with that. I um, I had my coach watch me and my fiance, and we did just a little critique where we moved the shoulder just a little bit forward. That
Hmm.
we can kind of see both sides of my shoulders, and then I would make that in turn would make my waist look a little bit smaller, and then my
Yeah.
legs bigger. So we made those
Uh,
little adjustments, and I think that when we came to nationals that following week. I think that we definitely made improvements in that, especially with their feedback that they gave me. Now,
Okay.
after nationals, same thing. I just got the same feedback that they wanted me to grow my upper body. So that is what we are doing now.
Okay. Terrific. Yeah. Yeah. Your legs are really amazing. And
Thank you.
your legs are like good from front, back, and side. You're just like, yeah, you just have, good development all around there. Definitely.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually stopped training them. We went down to once a week training for my legs.
Really?
And then my legs kept just growing. And
Hmm.
so my coach told me, Courtney, it doesn't matter what you do, your legs are going to keep growing, you know? So we ended up taking some exercises out and we ended up, for example, we had like hack squat, leg press, all that. We ended up taking out a lot of those movements, and we ended up doing maybe at least one leg movement, like one quad movement, and then the rest would be like glutes and hamstrings.
Okay.
But yeah, so now our focus is upper body. So I have one leg day a week, which is not much quads. It's mainly hamstring work because we don't want to bring up my glutes too much because especially in my back shots, we noticed that my glutes look so much bigger than my upper body. And so we actually fixed that
Yeah.
posing as well. I used to pose with my glutes out, kind of like wellness. It would be out. And then what I did was we changed it to where I brought them in a little bit. So
Uh-huh.
that way my back looks a little bit bigger. And so when I'm doing my back double bi, my glutes don't look so much bigger than my back to where my back looks really small, glutes look really big. So now we're
Yeah.
just doing, I think I have one quad movement. The rest is mainly hamstrings and then of course calves because Lord knows I work calves all the time, but them babies do not grow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
um, and then the rest of my workouts is for the rest of the week would be upper body. So I'm only training 4 times a week.
Okay.
So one leg day, and then the 3 other days are upper body.
That's really cool. I think that's the smart way to go. That sounds like a good strategy. I was curious, do you know yet where you want to make your pro debut, or do you have an idea yet?
Yes, so we were going to do we're going to go uh, back to back shows. So we're going to do the New York Pro and the Pittsburgh Pro.
Oh, terrific. Very cool.
Mhm.
For this year, this 2026,
2027.
2027.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
cool. Okay.
So our
Mhm.
so our plan right now, my fiance is actually going to go into prep in about 4 or 5 weeks, because we are aiming to get his pro card. So what I'm gonna do for right now is just take the year off to grow,
Okay.
get as big as I can get, and then go into my pro debut in 2027 at the New York Pro and the Pittsburgh Pro.
That's terrific. That's great. Yeah. And what is your fiance's name?
Aaron Gardner.
And which division does he do?
He was classic physique, but he actually grew sorry, out of that division, and so now he's going into open.
Oh, really? Wow, that's really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited for him. It's going to be so fun.
And do you know which pro qualifier is he going to try for?
If I were, I don't want to butcher it. I think it's teen, teen collegiate and masters. I think
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
that's
In
right. Yeah.
July, I believe 15th. So he's gonna try to do that one and
Oh,
get
terrific.
qualified there. And then I think there's a show after that, where he's going. If he gets qualified, he's gonna go and grab his, well, God willing, try to grab his pro card. So
Oh, terrific. That's great. That's terrific. Yeah, very cool. And I was curious, is that something where y'all would try to prep for the same show or the same time, or is that I think that can be tough on a relationship, you know?
yeah, we have prepped one time our first show together, 2023.
Hmm.
It was absolutely terrible. It was so bad. And we decided that we would never prep together again. But
Yeah.
we did have a different coach at the time, and Aaron and I have grown tremendously. mentally, emotionally, spiritually within ourselves and our relationship these past 2 years.
Hmm.
And so we did have a conversation. We did sit down and talk about this, and I do think that we can, and we do plan on prepping again together.
Okay.
But what we want to do is it's all in the works right now. But me, Aaron, and then my coach Daniel Fabodi and his wife Samuel, sorry, Sammy,
Uh-huh.
Samantha Fabodi. We want to all prep together for the New York Pro and the Pittsburgh Pro. So,
Oh yeah.
um, yeah, it's
Wow.
funny because our friend told Aaron today, he said, "Hey, no pressure, but if you want to go to the New York Pro, Pittsburgh Pro, you got to get your pro card. So this upcoming July, you better work your butt off." So, that's the plan so far. He's gonna go into prep, and we want him to earn his pro card, and then I start my prep in 2027, and then we will prep together for that show, and then we just go together to the New York Pro and the Pittsburgh Pro.
That's terrific. That's really cool. How do you spell his last name?
Gardner, Gardner.
No, but your coach though?
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
no. No, it's okay.
Um, Fabode, Fabode. And they are on Instagram. He is the Black Rambo on Instagram, and then she is Queen Queen Fabode on Instagram.
Okay, cool. No, I'm not familiar with them. I'll definitely look them up and see, and I'll make sure to include their and Aaron's Instagram too, down below when I post this. So yeah.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, no problem. I think that's a great idea. Um, I know you haven't been a pro for very long, but what advice can you give to competitors who are seeking their pro card? I know it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, but any advice you could provide for ladies that are striving for that?
Just do it. Be consistent. I know for so long, for me personally, I never wanted to do it because I never felt ready. Same with competing. Oh, I'm not gonna compete because I'm not ready. I need to look like this, I need to look like that, or and so forth. But in all
Mhm.
reality, if you have even the slightest urge to do it, just do it because you never know. Do it, put your heart into it, put your entire heart into what you want to do, and just do it because you never know what's to come about, and you never know where it's going to take you. So I would just say that and be consistent. I can't, especially with bodybuilding. You never know the days ahead, right? You're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have tough times, life's gonna hit you in the head sometimes. You're gonna go through trials and tribulations, but at the end of the day, I think if you continue to show up for yourself, make yourself those little promises each day, give yourself those little wins. Congratulate yourself on those little wins every single day. They add up, and just do it. Just do it.
I like that. That's good advice. The only problem is we're going to get sued by Nike now because we're saying
Uh-oh.
we
Don't
stole the
just do
clothes.
it.
No, just
Don't just do it.
I'm just teasing. No, that's good advice though. I like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, I was curious, do you have a posing coach too, or do you work with your coach for posing?
Mm. I actually do not have a posing coach. I when I first started bodybuilding, I thought that I really needed a posing coach. The first person I ever actually talked to about posing, who helped me pose, was Alyssa Binford. I think it's
Oh,
Benford. But
uh-huh. I remember her.
yeah, so she helped me. But then after that, I just I posed so much by myself in the mirror that I felt that, just for me personally, in my opinion, I felt that nobody knew my body better than I did. Nobody knew what poses looked best more than I did. So what I did was I just tried to pose all the time, by myself, and just kind of play around with the movements and see what looked the best for me.
Hmm.
And same thing with my routine. So I just I picked the best poses and I kind of just put something together, and that is what it is. And then again with my coach, what we do is we'll just FaceTime and he would watch my routines and my posing, give me little critiques here and there. And just that's how we basically we went about the situation.
Okay, terrific. I think that's good. Yeah. It's good that you're doing a lot of posing practice too, I think. I think that's important, I think, you know.
Yes, I think it's very important. I think that a lot of people, I think with a lot of issues with posing is I feel that a lot of people hire these posing coaches, which isn't bad, right? It's not bad at all to hire a posing coach, but I think a lot of the times what I've been noticing lately is that people hire these posing coaches, but these posing coaches are not they're not making the routines for that physique. You know, they're kind of just making a routine. So you have a routine, okay, have this routine for you, go ahead and do it on stage, and there you go, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but I think that it's so important to pick a routine that is going to be for you. So, you know, like if I'm going to
Yeah.
have someone come up to me, inquire about posing, you know, I want to sit there, I'm going to sit with them and say, hey, you know what, pose for me. I want to see what you think looks best on you. And then we go from there. I just think that a lot of posing routines aren't personally tailored for the physiques that are for them.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
understand
mean?
that. Yeah, I gotcha. I was curious, one of the best posing routines I saw recently was Sherry Pirami last year at the Olympia, and she did it to Ave Maria, and it was in honor of her daughter, who's a nun, Catholic
Oh,
nun,
wow.
not in training, and it just was such a beautiful posing routine. But just thought that's put a lot of heart into it because it was that tribute to her daughter. So I just think, yeah, I like the posing routines that are like that, that kind of have kind of like a meaning behind them, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a opposing coach but I just think it's very important.
Mhm.
I think it's important to choose and be mindful and aware of who you're choosing to coach you with your posing.
Yeah, I
You know?
gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are some really good posing coaches out there
Oh
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
very good. I know one, Christina. Christina, I think her last name is Mendoza.
that's right.
Um,
Yeah,
and
she's
her
one of the best, I
husband,
think.
yeah, she has I think 2 years, 1 or 2 years for the best poser award, but
Yeah,
they pose a lot now, and they are fantastic,
I
absolutely
know.
fantastic.
Yeah, like I think she does a great job, and she's really in high demand right now too. So
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
yeah.
it's yeah, heck yeah.
I don't want to keep you too long, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. But I was curious, do you have like a full-time job outside of bodybuilding?
I don't. So I actually work part-time right now. I'm
Okay.
actually getting ready so I'm going to California next week for Christmas. But when I come back, I'm actually going to move back to full-time. So with competing, what we usually do is so Erin, my fiance, and I, we actually coach Built by Gardner
Okay.
coaching, but I also clean a couple of gyms on the side. And
Okay.
so what happens is if for example, if I'm in prep, then what happens is I will um, move my job, my availability to part-time so that I can focus just solely on prep. And then I'll have him take over most of the clients and he does that
Oh,
aspect of that,
sure.
and vice versa. And then once we're
Oh,
out of
nice.
prep, then what happens is I go back to work, back to full-time and all that good stuff. So
That's great, though. I think that's terrific. It sounds like a good plan too to do it that way.
yeah, they just
Yeah.
and I know that some people aren't fortunate enough to do that. I know some people have to work full-time jobs um and competing. So I mean I'm blessed to be able to do that because I know how stressful it is. But I'm that's why I love my job so much. Even just cleaning the gyms, you know, uh some people may not be too fond of cleaning other people's messes and stuff, but I'm very grateful for what I do. I love what I do just because I have that option to spend time with my family and go on trips when I want to go on trips. And again, when I'm in prep, I can take that time off and just completely focus on prep. it, and all the tasks at hand for that time. So
I gotcha. I think that's great. No, I think that's good to have that flexibility. Now, I was curious, and you said you're in Little Rock, is that correct?
North Little Rock, yes.
I was curious, do you have like a good bodybuilding community there where you live? I know that Little Rock's a pretty good sized metro area.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Arkansas doesn't have too many bodybuilders, not too many pros. I know of Brooke Walker, Tamara. I don't know if you know who Tamara is. I love her, but she's a figure pro and Olympian. Um,
I think
but
I
we
do
don't.
know that. Yeah. Uh,
Super sweetest woman you'll ever meet. Love her. But the bodybuilding community, unfortunately, isn't very big in Arkansas, but we go to Perfectus in Sherwood, and that is a bodybuilding gym. That's probably the closest bodybuilding gym that I'd say.
mm,
Um, as when you mention like hardcore um, bodybuilding, old school type of grungy feel to it, I would definitely say Perfectus is where it's at. Um,
okay.
so we have that gym, and within that gym, we have a really tight knit community of all the bodybuilders and even the amateur athletes and stuff like that. So it's
Cool.
pretty awesome. I absolutely love it.
That's pretty cool. And I was thinking you're not too far from Shreveport, right? Because I think I was thinking that
Shreveport, Florida.
no, Shreveport, Louisiana, because
Oh,
that's where the Optimum is. I think that's
oh,
I
I
think
don't
that
know.
if
I mean,
I
I think I'm close to Louisiana. I don't know how close though.
uh-huh.
I'd have to pull up maps real quick and look it up.
I think Shreveport's up in the northwest corner there. So I just thinking if you needed a show that's really close or you could drive to, that would be a good show for you maybe too. Yeah.
Louisiana. I
Yeah.
actually, it's funny you mentioned that because we have a client, Jacob, and he's doing the NPC Louisiana Natural Muscle
Mm,
July. I believe it's July 18th
okay.
of this upcoming year. So we'll actually be driving to Louisiana for his show.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
I haven't been to Louisiana ever. That'll be the first time I go. But so yeah, we're excited to drive down there and watch him compete. And it'll be his first show, so it's super exciting.
I've been to Optimum once and it's a really good show too. You got to check it out. I think it might be kind of good.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Even if you're just in the audience, just because it would be hang out with the other bodybuilders, the other
Oh
pros.
yeah, it's so fun. We went to go see our client compete about a month ago in Oklahoma, and it was really fun. It was so
That's
fun.
cool.
hmm
Um, Now, I was curious, do you have kids or would you like to have kids later, do you think? Or
We do not want any kids. Aaron actually has three daughters
oh, cool.
already,
Uh-huh.
so we do have Ava. She's 17. Um, he actually received custody for her in August of this year.
Cool.
So she's been with us a little over 4 months. So it's been absolutely incredible. It's definitely
Great.
been something that we needed to adjust to, but it's so awesome. I love having her here.
Terrific.
She's great. But yeah, so I think we're good on the kids. I think that he has three girls and just yeah, we got four kitties, and I think that's good enough for us.
That's awesome. Yeah. Cats are great. I like cats.
I love our cats. We got four orange babies, and they're freaking wild, but we love them.
Oh, that's awesome. I like cats. They're very cool. Yeah, I have one here at the house too. So,
Ah,
um,
what kind?
she's like I don't know what they call her. She's kind of like the black and gray, kind of like a Bengal, I guess, or whatever.
Oh, cute. Kind of smoky, maybe.
Yeah. Here, I can grab her real quick.
Oh, do it, please. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see her. Cute. Yeah, she's a cutie. She just
Is
followed us
that
home
is
one
that
day.
you said it's a female?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Lisa?
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 Liso. Oh my gosh. Hi, Liso.
No, no, it's like the Liesl. So it's like
Liso.
It's not from Sound of Music, it's from The Book Thief, because that's what my daughter loved that movie when that came out. So even
Oh
though
my goodness. I
yeah,
love her. She's precious.
yeah, she got her little socks. So yeah, she's a cutie.
Oh
She's
my goodness, so cute.
yeah.
I love that you said that because my cat, I have, obviously, as I mentioned, I have four, but I have an orange and a white one named Bill. We call him Billy, but he has four white paws, and we say he's wearing socks all the time, and it's so
It's
cute.
so cute. I like the little
Yeah.
socks. They're so cute. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's precious.
Thank you. Yeah, I like cats too.
They're pretty awesome.
They are. Yeah, I like their personalities.
Yeah,
Um, I was curious, do your parents and siblings support your bodybuilding efforts?
they do. Yes. So my I don't really talk to my father that much. My mother actually is very supportive of my bodybuilding goals. It's funny you said that because my mom actually, growing up, she actually wanted to compete very bad.
Oh
And
yeah.
she never, yeah, unfortunately, she never did.
Oh
She was a
wow.
stay-at-home wife, and she took care of us as kids for some time. And so she never really, unfortunately, she never got to live out her dreams or do anything she desired to do. Um, but it is really awesome because every time I talk to her about it, she's always like, Courtney, I'm so proud of you. You know, you're living out your dream, something that I wanted to do. And she actually wanted to compete in bikini. And if I were to pull up a picture of her back in the day, she's 5 foot right now, like 98 to 105 pounds, very petite blonde woman. But she's
Wow. That's
always been,
cool.
yeah, but she's so cute. She's always been very like petite and like just muscular, petite blonde woman. So, um,
Wow.
and then
Huh.
my brothers, I have a twin brother, and then I have an older brother. They are very, very supportive of bodybuilding, but they definitely don't want to do bodybuilding.
Yeah, okay,
I've
yeah.
tried. Yes, I told my twin brother, I'm like, dude, you have the genetics. Okay, you have the genetics. Just do it. If I can look like this, imagine what you can look like. You're my twin brother. Imagine what you can look
Yeah,
like.
that's true.
They're not really into it that much.
Oh, that's cool. Are
Mhm.
you close with them though, with your brothers?
I am. So my
Mm.
older brother lives in North Carolina, and then my twin brother lives in San Antonio, Texas, as well as my mom. So I don't get to
Okay.
see them often, but I try to talk to them every week.
Oh, that's terrific. That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how old is your mom?
My mom is 56. I believe she's 56, 56 or 57.
Because if you look at those masters ladies, it's never too late to compete.
Right? And it's never too late. I agree. Definitely. She always
So,
it's cute though, because she tells me that I've told her before, I'm like, Mom, you know what? One day when I go to Olympia, I'm gonna bring you on stage with me and I'm gonna have you posing right beside me. Maybe we could do like a mother-daughter routine together, you know. I think it'd be really special. So
oh, that would be sweet. Yeah, that
we'll
would be
see.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And she can kind of live vicariously through you too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Heck yeah.
That's awesome. Um, I was curious, and if you've seen like a big increase in your followers since you turned pro and on social media, and do you ever find it hard to keep up with demands of social media?
So I don't, not necessarily when it comes to demands, but I have definitely gained a lot of traction ever since nationals.
I
It,
bet.
it was something that I wasn't actually expecting, and you'd be surprised. I had a couple people actually message me similar messages along the lines of, "Hey, how do you feel now that you're famous and everybody wants to talk to you?" And I thought it was a little silly at first because, I told them both the same thing, like, "Hey, I know that I know that I'm being seen now and I'm getting a lot of traction, a lot of followers, but I'm still the same Courtney that you know and that you always know, you know.
Yeah.
I think the only difference now is that I am now just showing everybody what I love and what I'm good at and something that I'm very passionate about. But, it doesn't change who I am as a person and it doesn't change how I feel, you know. So just little old me, still the same Courtney. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I think that's cool. But it's good that you're getting some good feedback too. Yeah. And that the other part of that too is sometimes you have to deal with nasty trolls or overbearing fans. And have you had to deal with any of that kind of, bullshit type stuff?
Yes, you're always going to have those people that are very negative, very nasty toward you, especially being a woman. You're always going to get like, oh, you look like a man, you're on so many steroids, and all of this just wasn't. People forget that I think that a lot of people just want an easy fix nowadays and they don't want to work hard
Mhm.
for the physique. And so I think that a lot of the times it's easier to try to disregard the work and just easily say, oh, well, they're on steroids. That's why they look that way, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
But in reality, I have been on gear before and I have eaten like crap. And let me tell you, you don't look like this by just taking gear and eating whatever you want and not following the program, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of factors that go into bodybuilding and having this type of physique, you know? So um, I just, if I'm honest, I try not to pay attention to that. Sometimes I even respond with like a loving message because it's like, you know what? It takes a lot more energy to hate on someone and to be nasty when you could just be loving back, kill them with
Yeah.
kindness. Or sometimes I don't even entertain it, I'll just delete it. I could keep it on my page, but I I try to keep all that negativity out of my off my profiles. I mean, it's gonna be there, but
Yeah.
I don't even like to look at it. I just try to be present in the moment, spend every day just becoming my best self. And I'm like, you know what? Some people, it doesn't matter who you are, right? People are gonna love you or they're gonna dislike you. There's always gonna be that one person that's gonna have something bad to say about you. So and and what do they say? Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one, you know. So
Yeah.
so
That's true.
you don't always need to speak on your opinion. If you don't have anything nice to say, then just don't say it at all.
I think that's good. Yeah. And I think that I do call it anti-social media sometimes because I think that um, it's just people that have mental issues or they're just nasty people find it
Hmm.
an easy anonymous outlet to be nasty. So it's just like,
Yes, and I personally feel that a lot of the times too, whether they acknowledge it or not, I think a lot of it stems from insecurities from within. I think that a
mhm.
lot of it is it's
Yeah.
projection. It's
Mhm.
projection of how they're feeling inside, and sometimes they might not even understand that it is the way that they feel about themselves.
Mhm.
And even it might not even have anything to do with my physique. Maybe it's the willpower or the determination or the skill set. It could be anything. But at the end of the day, I feel that when you are very much so happy with yourself and comfortable with who you are, I don't think that there's ever a need to put people down because you're not worried about other people and what they're doing and how they look and how they dress or what they're doing different. You're only focused on yourself. And
Yeah.
how can you get better and how can I be better for myself and those people around me in my life?
Mhm. I think that's good. I think it's good to keep that focus and
Absolutely.
there's the block button too. You can block them.
Oh, for sure. Yes. You should see my block list. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah. No, I think that's good though. Keep that block list going.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
well, I was just curious if there's anything I missed that you'd like to address or anybody you'd like to shout out.
Shout out to God. Shout out
Yeah.
to and also seriously though, shout out to my team. Bodybuilding, I love this so much. I have such a deep desire and passion for this. And God willing, I want to go as far as I can in this sport, remain as healthy as possible, do this as safe as possible. But again, I truly couldn't do this without my team. Like competing, prepping, my food every day, training, if I didn't have Aaron, if I didn't have Danny and Sam, my team, this and people around me that support me, I wouldn't have been able to do this. So I appreciate everyone that who supports me and continues to support me, and even those people who follow me now, and I just try to inspire others, and I want to be that light that some people may not have in their life. And so I
Mhm.
hope I can do that. And I hope that I can continue to inspire and put forth effort into myself and those around me, and just be the best person I can for myself and be the best woman that I can be for everybody else. And if I can make a positive impact in bodybuilding, that's what I want to do.
I think that's terrific. I like that. Yeah, that's very good. And I think you are really inspiring people with just how good you looked at nationals
Thank
and
you.
like I said, the great stage presence and everything. So you look amazing up there. And and now you can have more followers too. They're going to be watching your journey. So I think that's cool
Mhm.
too. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's cool. It really is cool, because when I first started bodybuilding, and there were so many women that I looked up to, and I never, I look at myself now, but 3, 4, 5 years ago, I would have never expected to be the place that I am now and look the way that I do. So it's so cool to be able to see the women that I used to look up to and follow, and now I can sit there and say I'm in the same spot that they were in, that I wanted to be in, but never thought I was going to be in. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. It's cool. It's very humbling. Um, it's exciting because you never know. Every day is a new opportunity um, to become better, to do something new, to meet new people, to have new connections in your life. So it's great. I'm blessed and I'm forever grateful for all of this.
Yeah, I think that's neat. In 2027, you'll get to stand on stage with those ladies too. So I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Like for example, Natalia and Sarah, they're phenomenal, and they have such beautiful physiques. They are what I aspire to look like one day. And one day, to be the best, you have to go against the best. And one day I will have to go against them, you know?
Yeah. That's exciting
Um,
though.
and it's a
Yeah.
privilege. It's a privilege, but I'm open heart and I'm all for it.
That's awesome. I think that's terrific. And I just had one more question. Do you have any sponsors or are you interested in getting sponsors?
I am definitely interested in getting sponsors. So far, I am sponsored by Train NTNT. I'm not sure if you know them, but they are on my
No.
Instagram page. It's the owner is Ben Perez, so he's actually the owner of Perfectus Athletics, where Aaron and I train at. That's our home gym.
Mhm.
So Train NTNT, sponsored by them. And then I don't know if you've heard of Kitty Bikinis, but she is wonderful, beautiful human being, so sweet and genuine. But she actually, we talked a couple days ago, and she actually wants to sponsor me for my next show. So
Oh
we'll
yeah.
see about that. But so far, right now, the only sponsor I have is Trend and TNT, and then I do have plans to collaborate and team up with Kitty in the near future. So we shall see.
That's that's very cool. You said Kitty?
Yes, Kitty's bikinis.
Kitty's bikinis. Oh, cool. Is okay to I guess I could mention her even though she's a kind of future sponsor.
Of course, yeah. She sponsors a lot of people, but on top of that too, she has great bikinis. I was three I was 3 weeks out and I needed my bikini to be fixed because I had got it from a another person from my first show 2 years ago.
Hmm.
And when I had received it, it was already too big. It was tailored for my measurements for me personally, but I had received it and it was too big, and it was always too big. But when I first started my show, I didn't really know much about the suits. And so I told Kitty, I met up with her in person at the Oklahoma show. I seen her and I was like, Kitty, I need help. I am about 3 weeks out. I live in Arkansas. I know you live in Texas. Can you help me out? And I talked to her 3 days after that. I shipped her my suit. She had my suit done in less than 2 days, had it shipped
Wow.
back to my house those a couple days after that. And then she even sent me a backup bikini, which you probably saw was the blue one. So the red one was mine, the blue one was hers.
Okay.
And I ended up winning both shows, and she was like, you know what, you deserve it. You can keep it. And so
Wow.
yeah,
Nice.
she is so sweet, so giving, such a loving, caring soul. And so if I would recommend anyone, even men, she does men's trunks as well
Okay.
for
Yeah.
every division. So if I could recommend anyone to go anywhere for suits or trunks, I would definitely recommend Kitty's Bikinis. She is on top of it, on time. She's fast, and she truly loves what she does, and she loves helping people, and that's exactly what she did for me. So
That's terrific. No, that's very cool. I'll definitely look her up. I'm not familiar with her, but she sounds like
yes,
a great.
she's fantastic. I would
Mm.
definitely do some research on her and get yourself some trunks if you want some trunks just for the heck of it.
Oh,
Walk
oh
around
no.
in them around your house.
Yeah, that's where I would do it. I don't think I'll be on stage anytime soon.
Throw some
Oh, man.
poses out there for your wife. Hey, babe, let's look at me. What you think
Yeah.
about this?
Oh man, that would be cool.
Right.
Oh man. No, well, thank you so much. Thank you very much for the great interview. And it's really a pleasure speaking with you too. And best wishes to you on your future plans for sure. And keep me posted.
I will. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to me and getting to know me a little bit. And again, thank you so much for the questions. I really like how they were a little bit more in depth, a little bit more personable,
Thank you.
personal. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. So thank you so much again.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. I really do. And yeah, definitely. And I'll keep you posted for sure and get you tagged and everything. So
Heck
thanks.
yeah. All right. Well, you have a good night. Y'all be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.